Hello, hello. So earlier this morning I came to get the duck eggs and they weren't in the box. They weren't in their house like they normally are. They were actually over on the pool tarp. They have like a little nest that they make there sometimes. You kind of see a nice little round spot for them. I don't know what makes them decide which place to go, but sometimes I'll find them there, sometimes I'll find them back there. Either way, when I looked in my box, it was very apparent that we needed to switch out all the shavings, and it's been like torrential raining for 2-3 days or something crazy. So the food got ruined because I left it out here. That's on me. And then the top came off and it just got wet. It got gross. And ducks genuinely don't care about that, but they deserve better. So we're going to clean this out real quick. I have my pine shavings. I have some more chicken food back there. And then I have a bucket that hopefully I can get some of this pine shaving stuff scooped into, and then I can put it back there in compost, which is back there. So that's what we're doing. Yeah, there's like flies all up in here. I'm just gonna use this scoop. Just dump it in here. If you guys watched my chicken coop litter bedding switch out, you'll have to giggle at how fast that was versus the chicken one. My goodness, when I first started cleaning the chicken coop out, I was like, oh yeah, 20-25 minutes, that's all it'll take. And it took 2 hours. This only took, I don't know, 2 minutes. I love it. Let's see. Does that come out? No. Okay. All right, so here's what we have. Empty box. And we'll get that loaded up like a spider. good about this. Okay, so now I have to redo their food because part of the reason why this got so gross so fast, I mean within like 2 days, was because of all the rain. And this lid had flown open because it was so windy and it rained in there, and then it got in the food and the food got gross, and then now it's kind of hot today. I know I'm wearing a jacket, but I'm kind of sweaty. So yeah, everything was just ruined, and we need to reset it. And on top of that, I need to talk to Brent maybe about figuring out how to get this locked down. I see there is a lock part there. So maybe when we're expecting high winds, which feels like all the time out here, maybe we can lock it down so that we don't have to constantly be doing this, because this should not be needed. I mean, these ducks have lived here for maybe a month now or so, and this is the first time we're doing this, and it was only because of that storm. Up until that point, everything's been dry and like everything's been fine. So anyway, let's do the food. This whole container was also full of food, and it has a good seal on it. Really good seal. But I was storing it out here, and in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have done that. So I'm going to fill up their food, and then I'm going to fill the rest in here, and then we're going to take this back into actual shelter, because I don't want to do this again. I hate wasting, but sometimes I have to learn from my mistakes. Make sure this is on. Okay. Whoa. Oh, heck yeah. I love this restaurant. I used to have a bunch of these cups. We got these ducks from a coworker of Brent's, so he was very gracious. He gave us all of these, like the feeders, the cups, the everything, the storage containers. We were just set up for success. It's made this super, super simple. And they are a very minimal chore animal so far. I mean, there's only 2 of them. But typical farm math is, well, if I can handle 2, I can handle 20, you know? You don't have to wait that much longer for the waters to fill up and take that much, minimal more amount of time to fill the food containers. So that's how they get you with, like, starting with, for example, 6 chickens and now 42 plus chickens, which would be my story. Okay. I think, yeah, we're gonna fill that up. I forgot. I was gonna put this in here just because it's easier. This doesn't feel stable. All right, and now Brent can get me some more duck food. I need to rinse this off when I change the pool out. Okay. Get that taken care of. Okay, now that their bedroom and their food is done, y'all can chill. You just got to be cock of the walk all the time. Anyway, now that the food and bed is done, I need to take care of their I call it their little poop pond, not to be confused with our household poop pond, which is a septic. Or not septic. What am I looking for? I've called it poop pond for so long. It's not actually that dirty. Oh, we'll get you, girls. Chickens are feisty. All right, so we're done with the ducks. That was easy. I bet that took less than 15 minutes between, dragging the stuff out and putting it back. And bye-bye, duckies. Thank you for the eggs. So now I'm going to go over to the asparagus. Brent told me last week to get it done, or asked me. He didn't tell me anything, but he said, hey, the asparagus looks ready. I honestly forgot that we had asparagus. I mean, we planted it so many years ago. It's kind of like an orchard. We planted that. Those were the very first things we planted once we got out to this land, about 4 years ago or something. So we did have some fruit last year, but I mean, I'm talking like 2 apples out of an orchard has like probably 12 or 15 so trees. So anyway, back to the asparagus. It has been planted along this fence for a few years now. Can't tell you how long. It honestly looks like weeds every time I walk by it, except for right this second. Wow, this is impressive. That's asparagus. So yeah, I'd say I let it go too long. But, I forgot it was there. Oh my gosh. I'm looking at it. Some of that is like as thick as 2 of my thumbs put together. Turn this water off real quick and then we'll go back and harvest it. I looked up a really quick YouTube short on how to harvest asparagus, and they said, well, don't let it get that big. Already struck out there. But they said it should just snap off. So we're going to try that, but if not, I have a few little scissors that might help us. So yeah, we are going to try to harvest this asparagus by just snapping it off, as they say. Holy moly, Batman. This is like, let me bring you closer. Look at this. Look at that. I mean, mistakes are always made out here. Okay, let's try. Okay, it does snap off. Okay, so this shouldn't take me but a second. That snapped off actually in the dirt, so maybe that's not a good move. Here's what the tops look like. Tops are my favorite part, to be honest. Like if I could just eat asparagus tops, that would be what I would do. Okay, I'm gonna set up the tripod and show you. Oh, okay. Okay, well that was ridiculous. My goodness. Guys. I don't even know how much this is actually edible. But here's my haul. Insane. You'll see like these have started sprouting, or not, sprouting's not the right word. Blooming, thank you. You guys are so helpful. That one has started blooming and like going to seed and all that stuff, but most of it wasn't in that state. Either way, I just wiped it all out. I did leave maybe like 6 little sticks that were smaller than a pencil, and I'll take this to the kitchen and just see what I can do with it. I don't know enough about asparagus, and like I told you, I totally forgot it was even here. So just kind of like where we're at. Some things are like that out here. What else can we look at? Oh, since we're over here, here's the orchard behind me. A few weeks back I mentioned that we needed to prune them, and we kind of got to it. Like this front one was the one I pointed out, and there were a bunch of branches down below, and we did go up with them a little bit. And it was one of those activities where it got dark and it was getting late and we weren't able to actually finish pruning, and then the next day it rained, and then the next day it rained, and then now we have all these like blossoms and leaves and stuff on the trees. So, you know, story of this place out here is just like we're doing the best we can, but we've definitely got a lot going on. And not everything is like going swimmingly well because we've stretched ourselves almost too thin. So, lessons to the wise. I mean, you can do it. We are doing it. It's doing stuff, but like the asparagus, prime example. I forgot it was there. I could have been having asparagus probably for the last month now, but it's also, when is it? It's the day after Easter. So like, I mean, I'm still wearing a jacket half the time. I wasn't thinking things are gonna be blooming and growing and I could pull things out of the garden to eat. That's just not something I'm thinking about. But 2026, here we are. We're just thinking about all these things now. So anyway, we got the ducks done. We got the asparagus done. And I know he really wants me to prune these lavender bushes. And I'll just show you guys. I'm not gonna do it today because I don't think I have the right tool. He has a sickle. These are like crazy. They definitely should have been done last year because you can see these, this one's a good example. Oh, I'm kind of shadowing it. It's like all wood in the middle. And it should have been pruned back last year for that reason, so it doesn't get that dead spot in the middle. So either way, you still at some point gotta get it done. I do see some new growth on there, green and purple and all that good stuff. But I gotta find the sickle. He told me there was a sickle, I need to find it. So that's on our to-do list. Another thing that's on our to-do list that I'm not gonna do today is these strawberry beds. There's still strawberry plants in there. Like, you can see them. But they're just being suffocated with last year's old stuff and then some weeds that have come through. So they need to be tended to. We have 2 of those. It's just like with anything in life, not just plants and animals. If you don't take care of your stuff, or the people in your life, or your own body, or your own heart, or your own faith, or whatever it is, if you don't take care of things, they're not going to take care of you. And sometimes you don't realize that until stuff starts dying. And then you see the symptom of you having not taken care of something, and you took it for advantage, or took advantage of that. Took it for granted. And you just take those things for granted. So, anyway, I think we'll end it here. And just want to let you guys know what was going on. We got future things to do. Wish me luck. I know I also mentioned a few weeks back that I needed to clean off that wall in the garage. You guess if it's happened? It hasn't. Still on the list though, still on the list. So we'll hang it up here and we will see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye.